Hello and welcome to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. I'm your host, MrBooMStickXL, and on today's episode, I'm going to be giving you the top 10 gaming stories of last week that you might have missed, all in one convenient video. Do you remember a little title called Below? Well, a few years ago, it was unveiled at Microsoft's E3, where it took the gaming world by storm. The title was labeled as the media darling of that E3, and though it's been delayed quite a few times since then, we now have a 25-minute video with new footage that will blow your socks off. It clearly looks like the delay was worth it, and great news, we should be seeing it released on the Xbox platform later this year. There have been a lot of talk in the last few months about a new Splinter Cell, and if you follow my channel, you know it's one of my personal big E3 predictions for 2018. Well, Ubisoft dropped a video this week and blew everyone away. It's not the Splinter Cell sequel that I still believe we're going to get, but Sam Fisher will be joining the Ghost Recon Wildlands team as part of a Year 2 DLC that goes live on April 12th. PUBG and Fortnite fans have heard through the grapevine that Ubisoft was working on a Battle Royale gameplay mode for Ghost Recon Wildlands. If you're one of those people, I have some sad news for you today. In a recent interview with PC Gamer, one of the devs from Ubisoft says that right now, it's impossible to make a Battle Royale mode for Ghost Recon Wildlands. As of this recording, it's unclear if Ubisoft has the spare manpower or resources to be able to produce a mode for Ghost Recon Wildlands in the same vein of PUBG or Fortnite. As soon as any new information is made available, I will report it as fast as I get my hands on it. Resident Evil 7 was my game of the year for 2017 and apparently has not slowed down in sales. Capcom is reporting that the title has officially now sold more than 5 million copies across the Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC platforms. This is fantastic news for the company and especially longtime fans of the series. Strong sales will equal a continuation of the Resident Evil franchise in the future. Any year that sees a release of a Resident Evil game is a good year indeed. Keeping with the Resident Evil franchise in mind, more details have surfaced that indicate we will finally be getting some new information on the Resident Evil 2 remake that has been in development since August of 2015. This is another E3 2018 prediction of mine. Not only am I expecting a full-on gameplay trailer, but I think it's going to be shown up on the Microsoft E3 stage with some sort of exclusive announcement. Does the game Destiny 2 ring a bell? It should, because if you ask Bungie or Activision, they expected it to be the second coming in the world of MMOs. Unfortunately, there have been reports that the player base is so low that there are rumors Bungie has already started working on Destiny 3 and abandoned the title and its fans. It turns out that that information is in fact false if you believe the game director Christopher Barrett, who is teasing new information regarding Warmind-focused DLC that is expected to drop this year. According to a recent tweet by the director where it simply says, Aurora Retroflex initiated. So what the heck does that mean, you ask? It's referring to a moment in Destiny lore where Rasputin unleashed his defenses, including Siva, on the Iron Lords. This is directly from the Destiny Grimoire. Let's hope that the DLC will do for the game what the Taken King did for Destiny 1. PC gamers not only have an advantage against console players with keyboard and mouse support, but with being able to button map the controls. Well, that's all about to change. Fortnite players on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One platforms will soon be able to do the same according to Epic Games. One of the game's developers answered fans' questions on Reddit where they said button mapping should be something to be on the lookout for very soon. I personally love when the devs talk to the community. It's these kind of simple gestures that make me happy to support their work. The PlayStation 5 is going to be released in 2020 if you believe a story being reported by the website Game Rant. According to Michael Pachter, who's notoriously known for being wrong 75% of the time, was being interviewed by WCCF Tech, and he was bluntly asked if there was a chance that Sony would release the PlayStation 5 in 2018. He responded to the question by saying it's a very low probability that we would see the PlayStation 5 anytime before 2020. I usually scoff at what Michael Pachter has to say, but today I'll agree with him. With Sony having huge console exclusives like the God of War, Detroit Become Human, and Spider-Man coming out in 2018, there is absolutely no reason why Sony would rush out the next console. Many gamers around the world have been holding their breaths wondering if we would ever see a Dragon Age 4. Well, I have exciting news for you. Casey Hudson, who is one of the developers, tweeted just the other day, and this is what he had to say. Reading lots of feedback regarding Dragon Age, and I think you'll be relieved to know what the team is working on. Story and character are what we are most focused on. It's too early to talk about details, but when we talked about live, it just means designing a game for continued storytelling well after the main game is told. Obviously, not only is Dragon Age 4 in full development, but that there's going to be support well after the main game ends, and that's great news for fans of the series. Spider-Man fans rejoice, we finally got a release date this week, and thank the comic book gods, it's releasing this year. In a shocking announcement via YouTube, Marvel Studios along with Sony dropped a trailer that took the gaming world by storm. PlayStation 4 owners will be able to play Spider-Man by Insomniac Games on September 7th, 2018. If you are a collector's edition type of gamer like I am, you'll be happy to know that Spider-Man will in fact have a $150 version of the game that will include a statue by Gentle Giant. Obviously, you know I've already pre-ordered mine. How about you? Thanks again for tuning in to another episode of Double Barrel Gaming. If you liked today's video, please consider hitting that like button, sharing this video on social media, and consider subscribing to the channel. Thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day.